Morocco versus Portugal and England versus France. There's conversations about what Mbappe might do to England, what Mbappe might do to Kyle Walker. But let us start off with Morocco and Portugal first.
Morocco and Portugal, I think that game hinges on whether or not Cristiano Ronaldo plays. If Ronaldo plays, then Portugal are not going to look great, as in the movement is not going to be like what it looked like. I think Morocco have a chance, dealing with a 38-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, I think you have a better chance than that Portugal side that I saw without him. Like, as in, these young players moving, like Felix breaking on the counter-attack, Bruno Fernandes, like, Portugal suddenly look like heavy favorites for me to win the tournament now. So I think the manager has to get it right again. Hopefully he can manage the egos and all that. But that young boy has to ball again. And if he plays, then I think Portugal will win. If they look like they looked in that last game.
Yeah, definitely. A very, very big one for Portugal and a massive decision for Santos to make. Will he drop Ronaldo in a very, very big game? And how will Ronaldo feel about that? When you now drop him, I want to see if when Santos tries to bring him on, he will now say no, he doesn't want to play. We're starting to feel the Christmas cheer here on the Sangalooo set. As you can see, we have our, who delivered this? Is it? Oh, no. Usually you don't, Santa doesn't deliver your tree. You get your tree by yourself. Anyways, I think we can thank Jerry for the tree. Thank you very much, Jerry, for the tree. But one person who is not feeling the Christmas cheer, at least just yet, is Samuel Eto'o. He was embroiled in a massive altercation with a supposed journalist in Qatar. I heard the guy said Cameroon FA had paid off some people so that Cameroon would go through blah blah blah, and that rubbed Eto'o off the wrong way.
He has to behave himself. He's not a footballer anymore now. He's a big president of the footballing federation. You're kicking guys in front of fans.
Right.
You know the cameras are on you, Samuel. Do better.
Yeah, it was really messy, but he has come out to
he volleyed that guy's head, though.
Is
he pressing charges? Like,
I doubt.
If that guy chose to press charges, he will have grounds.
We haven't heard anything, but of course, I think he would have diplomatic immunity.
He bullied him like he was Champions League final against Manchester United.
But yeah, that's it with Samuel Eto'o. Yeah, he did tender an apology. He's, what's the word now? Just apologize, and only God knows how far that went. But something else that really caught my eye over the weekend was, over the past couple of days, was Ten Hag's. The culmination of Ten Hag's handling of the Ronaldo situation, right? He was asked about Ten Hag before Manchester United's match against Cadiz. Clubs are playing friendly matches, and he was like, he's in the past, he has gone, let's move on. I really, really appreciate that.
I hope the world cannot move on from this Ronaldo saga. I'm tired. If you don't go to win the World Cup, you go to Saudi and don't do what he wants to do there, man.
Right, but in the after effects of some of the matches that happened over the weekend.
In a long 2 days, man. This World Cup has me down horrendous. Like, I'm remembering family I didn't have before. Like, as I realizing that the days are used for other things, not just sitting around. And I appreciate the people in my life that allowed me just watch the World Cup so extremely those off days.
But yeah, that's something that's interesting because for the number of games that we've had in so short a time,
it didn't make sense. It was like 20 days of football straight, back to back.
It was a lot. And talking about a lot, Luis Enrique has left his
Enrique went down bad for Spain quick because they started off hot as hell. I backed Enrique, I backed Spain, but I think what cost them was, I don't know why he didn't. You should have come to realization earlier in the tournament because Morata proved to him that he needed a striker. Their style of football, like, you can't pass the ball 1,000 times. Like, they're trying to kill teams by death by 1,000 cuts. But sometimes you need someone to put that guy in. And Morata did that against Spain. And I'd have thought, okay, look to him now. But yeah, he didn't start him again. And yeah, they were just passing the ball up and down until 420 whole minutes.
Yeah, that's something. It basically capitulated for Spain. But I would say what really cost them was experience, lack of experience in the Spain squad. He intentionally, left the quote-unquote old guard at home, and he decided to go with fresh, young boys, and that sort of cost them. In the last game when you really needed a goal, he was bringing us someone like Ansu Fati, who has not played that many minutes.
In attack, they don't really have. So the old guard that I've said they left behind would be like Thiago Alcantara, Sergio Ramos. I feel like that's not where the problems lie.
I mean, those were creators that would have been a bit more direct.
I feel like the thing is, they had the creative players. They just didn't have someone to put the ball in the box. Like, Morata is actually their best bet now. Like, who's a good Spanish striker anywhere around? It's all this Ferran Torres. Like, that's really what they have. And I feel like he should have put more emphasis on Morata being the out-and-out number 9. But it didn't trust him.
Yeah, perhaps. And that has cost him. Enrique has stepped out.
Yep. The World Cup is so damning, man. One way or the other, like...
Bro, like, straight up, man. Straight up. Talking about somebody who has left the role, Eden Hazard has left. But it's interesting because the golden generation was seeing the end of the golden generation.
We've seen
Eden
the
Hazard
end
has
completely.
retired from international football.
Yeah, and I would say he was the face of that golden generation. The star player, De Bruyne came up towards the tail end, but they weren't the golden generation as such when De Bruyne was in his peak. He had a great World Cup tournament in the last World Cup. If you see all the stats for like dribbles completed at the World Cup, he puts up one of the best individual displays at the World Cup I've seen in my lifetime. But this World Cup was just a step too far for him, and I feel like Martinez should have realized that. Like, he put what Enrique did by releasing the World Cup, that's what he should have done. Like, he put emphasis on Hazard when he shouldn't have. So Morgan Hazard should be getting more minutes than Eden Hazard in 2023. But yeah, I think that's probably what caused them.
Yeah, definitely. So, but Eden Hazard has retired now from international football, but of course he's still playing club football.
Playing in quotation marks.
In quotes. Playing club football in quotes. But now let's talk about players that are still in the World Cup, players that are still, that still have their fate to be decided. Raheem Sterling, after the unfortunate incident where his home was burgled by armed men, he's going to return. We had that conversation about whether he will return or he will stay out of the World Cup. I'm
happy for him. Nice, bold decision, brave decision. Like I said, don't let the robbers rob you of a World Cup as well as wherever they took and so forth. So happy for him. Hope the family is doing good. Do you know if the family is going with him or what's the plan with them?
I don't have an idea whether the family.
Maybe they're relocating or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So he will be with the England squad today. Prepare for tomorrow against France.
Yeah, that's great news.
Yeah, definitely big news. And let's talk about the games that we're having today and tomorrow. Big games. The final 8, final 4 rather. Croatia versus Brazil at 4 p.m. today. Netherlands versus Argentina at 8 p.m. today. Croatia, Brazil, in my opinion, is done. It's done. Like, I don't expect Croatia to defeat Brazil. I don't expect, the old legs.
Yeah.
It's even against Japan. I did not expect Croatia to go through Japan. But thankfully they had penalties and Japan were not ready for penalties. But yeah, they're facing Brazil and they're facing a team that is, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I have to pick Brazil for that game as well. They look like they're the strongest team in the tournament. I have to say that. I think they're favorites for the tournament at this stage. I think it would be quite easy for them. They could give Croatia like 3-1. Like 3-1. But Croatia, they know how to. They're just a good World Cup side. This group of players know how to play tournament football and how to grind out results. So I don't think it will be easy for Brazil, but I think those moments of individual brilliance, like on the counter, will tell. But I think it will be a tough game. Yeah. And I'm excited to see Casemiro versus Luka Modric in midfield. I like those midfield battles, guys that know each other so well. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, Neymar might start for Brazil. We don't know just yet. As of the time of filming, the squad, the starting lineup is not out yet. So that will be interesting to see.
He started the last game. They took him off, so he didn't get injured. So
yeah. So
aggravated.
Yeah, hopefully. Croatia versus Brazil. Let us know in the comment sections what you think. Who do you think will win? Who will score the first goal? Will Richarlison replicate his form again in this game? It will be a tough day for Brazil strikers, I am sure, because Croatia's defense,
I think Vinicius Junior is going to be key. I think with Neymar's injury, he's not fully Neymar. He's played. I think he's just trying to patch it up so he's not injured for this World Cup. But I think Vinny is the main man. I think about the next couple games, he's probably going to show that.
Definitely want to look out for, and I hope Rafinha has pretty much flown under the radar throughout this World Cup.
But he's worked very hard, though.
He's worked hard, but flown under the radar.
Not been as good as you.
Yeah, not as. Yeah. Okay. Definitely want to look out for 8 p.m. Netherlands versus Argentina.
That's a big game. One of another final for Messi. It's been final since the Mexico match. So I'm nervous. As you guys know, where my allegiances lie. It's a very tough game because it's Messi versus Van Dijk. Netherlands are probably I think they're a better side altogether, but I feel like Argentina have Messi and they have this passion that's really working for them and it's gotten them this far. So I'm hoping Argentina win. I'm thinking maybe a 2-1 scoreline. But my Netherlands are good because they're actually sharp on the other end. So they have Van Dijk, but there's also Memphis and Gakpo on the other end. So it's not like they're going to defend and hope Van Dijk locks up Messi. They can outscore Argentina on the other end as well. True. So Messi can't call it. So I'm going to go with my heart 2-1 Argentina.
Messi will have a very, very difficult fixture today. But of course, Messi, as you know, he might be he just is the one that can just come and just drag everything. But on paper, I feel like Netherlands are the better team. They have a Louis van Gaal who really hasn't lost yet since he took over.
Oh, fair.
Right?
Fair.
So he's doing something with the Netherlands team, like what he did, in the World Cup where he took them even up until the finals in 2010 in South Africa. But yeah, Netherlands, Argentina. I want Netherlands to win. I'm tired of this conversation about Messi winning the World Cup. A reporter asked Denzel Dumfries about how he would feel knocking out Messi, that he will be breaking the hearts of millions around the world. And Dumfries is like, bro, I'm playing for Netherlands. What's my business with that? Let knock out Messi. What's my own? Like that sentimentality and whatnot. I hope the referees don't now have that sentimentality and start to go in favor of Messi.
It's Messi for a reason. There's a reason the whole world feels like the whole world's on the same page. They feel like this is just the missing piece to say that they've witnessed maybe the greatest sporting athletes of all time. So you can understand why a lot of people are willing for that. And I feel like it was perhaps an opportunity. Everyone knows that's the subplot to every Argentina man. So the interview asking that question, like that's just giving Dumfries a chance to say something like, yeah, I want to send him home. Like, as in, let's add fuel to this fire now. Don't act like you don't know what the narrative is.
Right. That's definitely something. But this is World Cup. This is not Copa America. They play Copa America like 4 times in 2 years just so that Messi could win something. But this is World Cup. I definitely will be different. I hope Netherlands win that one. But I'll be tipping Netherlands to win, and it should be a high-scoring game, 3-2. In favor of Netherlands. Moving on from that, we have big games also tomorrow in the to wrap up the Final Four. Morocco versus Portugal and England versus France. There's conversations about what Mbappe might do to England, what Mbappe might do to Kyle Walker. But let us start off with Morocco and Portugal first.
Morocco and Portugal, I think that game hinges on whether or not Cristiano Ronaldo plays. If Ronaldo plays, then Portugal are not going to look great, as in the movement is not going to be like what it looked like. I think Morocco have a chance, dealing with a 38-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, I think you have a better chance than that Portugal side that I saw without him. Like, as in, these young players moving, like João Felix breaking on the counter-attack, Bruno Fernandes, like, Portugal suddenly look like heavy favorites for me to win the tournament now. So I think the manager has to get it right again. Hopefully he can manage the egos and all that. But that young boy has to ball again. And if he plays, then I think Portugal will win. If they look like they looked in that last game.
Yeah, definitely. A very, very big one for Portugal and a massive decision for Santos to make. Will he drop Ronaldo in a very, very big game? And how will Ronaldo feel about that? When you now drop him, I want to see if when Santos tries to bring him on, he will not say no, he doesn't want to play, like he did against them.
When they send him home and he doesn't pick one.
I feel like that's a conversation that really needs to be had. He was petulant and he credited that for like the reason why he got tired or angry at Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag not picking him in a game that he considered somewhere that he should have played. So now he should play in this game, but I think Santos will bench him. Now let's see what he does.
He has to bench him.
He definitely has to bench him.
As a starter, you've already shown that you're a big man and it paid off. Like, no need to now go back on it. Like, how can you bench? It doesn't make sense. Why you bench on that just scored the hat-trick? Like, who does score the hat-trick in the last game? Right. And you're benching him.
And it's very obvious. Portugal played better without Ronaldo.
But if you play Ronaldo, he's a coward.
Definitely. A very quick look at Morocco. That Morocco side, they've gone very far. They've done very well. Yeah. Losing against Portugal will not come as a shock. Losing against Portugal, I feel like they can be proud of themselves.
An African side hasn't gone further than this before, so they'll be entering uncharted territory. And yeah, very good side. They're fighting for it. They want it as a whole team, as a whole nation. And I feel like they're the last Arab country left, so they have this whole like Qatar and everything rooting for them as well. And that really helps in the World Cup.
I feel like Morocco fans should pardon us for our skepticism, but it just is what it is. Looking at it on paper, but
they're not favorites. They know now. They can look at the bookies. They know they're not favorites. But it happens.
This is World Cup,
and they were favorites against Spain, and we were more than happy for them to beat Spain. So,
but at the end of the day, this is World Cup, and I'm not saying it can happen. What happens if
they know this, but they just beat Spain? They know, so they didn't look at what Yanni. That's your business on Sangalooo. We'll see in the future.
But yeah, good luck to Hakimi and co. Good luck. One very, very good player that has played very well for the Morocco squad. Their winger on the
Soufiane
left.
Boufal.
He
had the
has done
Spanish
really
on
well.
strings.
He has done really
wow,
well.
he was here, then he was there.
He has done really well. But moving on from that, England versus France, that is the biggest one. Kyle Walker has come out to say that I beg they should stop talking to him about Mbappe. That it's not England versus Mbappe. That it's England versus France.
As in, that's what I'm saying. You know what the narrative is here. Tell us you are going to lock him up. Don't dog the field. Tell us yes, Mbappe should come that. Kyle Walker is a top player. At Kyle Walker's best, he's probably one of the most suited right backs to play against Mbappe. That's true, but he's been injured for some time, and Mbappe is reaching. He's been injured. He's getting old. As I said, at his best, maybe now I'm not sure. But in the World Cup, people do run back those performances when a lot's on the line. But like I said, he's old now, and Mbappe is reaching new levels that we haven't really seen before. So it's going to be a long night for Kyle Walker. I think the whole team just has to defend for him. They all have to sit back. He probably has to play Jordan Henderson on that right side so he can do the drop he used to do
for Trent. Exactly my point.
That's what he has to do. He has to just clog up the lanes and put Mbappe in traffic because he's a Ferrari. Just lock him in Lagos traffic and hope for the best.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Southgate might shoot himself in the foot with this game. He's usually too pragmatic in games, and this is the kind of game that I feel like he needs to go all out.
I shouldn't do that.
I feel like he needs to go all out.
If he gives Mbappe space, he'll score 3 goals. You can't allow them play through balls in for Mbappe. If they play like 4, maybe 2 enter, and he'll score 2. That guy will score. Look at the form he's on. You literally just roll out the red carpet for him. He's the priority. He's the decider in this World Cup. Like, he has 5 goals. He has how many man matches? He has like 3 assists as well. So if you don't plan for him, don't be childish and plan for him. You must plan for him. If guys plan for Messi, guys plan for Ronaldo, does this. Plan for these guys.
But talking about planning for Mbappe, what do you think would be the best plan for Mbappe, especially on the right-hand side? Every time Southgate has started Rashford, he started Rashford on the right. So it's either Rashford or Saka on the right. If you wanted to go by what he has played so far in the World Cup.
I think Saka has to play because Saka is just England's best right winger, and I think he's probably England's top 3, top 4 players over the course of the season performing in the World Cup. So I think Saka has to start. But I also think if they're going to sit back, which I think they should, then they should play Marcus Rashford because he's the best outlet that they have. Like, Foden doesn't have that pace, Saka doesn't really have that pace and ability to finish. Like, we've seen him do it for this is what Rashford does. Big games, they sit back and he hits guys on the break. So yeah, I think Rashford should play, but he hasn't looked great on the left, but you might just have to, because of the form he's on, you just have to put him on the left and hope for the best man. So I think I will start Kane, Rashford, and Saka.
Yeah, that definitely seems like the best starting lineup for England, especially with the fact that Rashford and Luke Shaw would have that understanding that they have from Manchester United, and it definitely can help them in a big game like this. So that would definitely be the best thing to do for Rashford, but for Southgate. But I don't really rate Southgate. That's no news. It's out there. So I don't think he's going to get it right with his lineup. If he has Bellingham in midfield, good.
That's what he has to do. He has to play Bellingham, he has to play Rice, and he has to play Henderson. Respect these guys. Play 3 midfielders. Foden and Mount can't play this one, sorry. And then the back 4 has been stable.
Stones, Maguire.
That's the best hope. Yeah, and then hopefully give Foden minutes ahead of Grealish. Like, he's better than Grealish, he's more effective, he scores more. So give him sensible minutes. Don't throw him on for 10 minutes when now we're just chasing the game. Like, if you see it's not really working with Rashford, don't be pull him out or swap. Be bold.
But your final prediction?
Final predictions. It's really hard for me to call this game. France are obviously the better side, but England, they can park the balls. This is English football. Park the balls, use set pieces. This is Premier League football. So, but I think France are the better side, so I'm just going to go 2-1. That's why I go for big games.
Okay, let us know what you think in the comment sections below. Send in your predictions. England versus France tomorrow. Who will win? Who will go through? Morocco versus Portugal as well at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Who will win? Who will go through? How many goals will be scored? Let us know. And do not forget as well, there's a Croatia versus Brazil game for you to predict, and Netherlands versus Argentina
in a few hours
to predict as well. But before we wrap things up, the question of the day. Start, bench, sell. Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Pedri.
So it's really tough. Well, so starting, I think it's Jude Bellingham for me. As in, he already looks like one of the best midfielders in the world. I see him and I think this is, barring injury or maybe his attitude or whatever, this is going to be the best midfielder in the world in a few years. Then next up, I feel like
This is the thing, right? You always allow your bias to come through all the
Where is
time.
my
Because
bias?
Liverpool...
We're probably not going to get him, bro. This is just a fact. Liverpool,
Okay.
where are we going 550 M? All this one is early, Gaga. But I think he does. Are you not watching him?
Right, I mean, of course,
Is there another
but
midfielder that
saying the best midfielder in the world.
I honestly think so. Look at Jude Bellingham play football. Like, he's 19 years old. So obviously, we see young players that, okay, they're fast, they score goals. So we've seen young talents, but the poise and the stature of this guy at 19, he looks like he's 27 years old. And he's playing in the midfield. Like, Dele Alli was good, was an EM. This guy's playing in the center of the park in the World Cup. Like, he's that strong, he's that poised, he's passing, he's scoring. Like, his mentality is top. I think he's the best midfielder in the world. But then the next up, it's a very tough one between Tchouaméni and Pedri. I think they're both good at opposite sides of the game, but they can do the other kind of well. But I'm leaning towards Pedri at the moment.
So bench Pedri, sell Tchouaméni.
Yeah, and yeah, I think, and if I have Pedri and Bellingham in my midfield, I have enough. Like, Bellingham does enough of the defensive work to cover both, and Pedri does the attacking well enough. With Tchouaméni, he's the best defender there, but Bellingham is good enough defensively that I don't need his defensive attributes as much. So what about you? What will you do with those three players?
Similar, very similar, but I will start Bellingham. That one we can agree upon because, like you said, Bellingham is crazy good talent.
Bro.
Crazy good talent. I'll start Bellingham, but I will bench Tchouaméni and sell Pedri, right? Because, you know, I intentionally put Pedri and not even Gavi because they both. I would even rank Gavi over Pedri, in my opinion. I will rank Gavi over Pedri.
Pedri, yeah, you know, like, when you see the way they treat them in Barcelona, they know who is, like, they're both very good players, they know that, but Pedri is the golden boy, like, Pedri is the one, trust me.
That's true, because he did win the young player of the year, that 433.
Yeah, he's won all that stuff, he's won Ballon d'Or young player, like, and then from like 18 Euros, he's been playing every game for Barcelona and Spain for like 2-3 years now.
Yeah, true. But yeah, I definitely will sell Pedri. I just like the frame of Tchouaméni as a French defensive midfielder.
I love Tchouaméni.
You know, I just prefer that. So start Bellingham, bench Tchouaméni, and sell Pedri. But yeah, we're throwing the question out to you, our viewers out there. Let us know what you think. Start, bench, sell. Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Pedri. Let us know in the comment sections. And that will be the end of the episode for today. Do not forget, drop your comments in the comment section, your predictions for the Croatia versus Brazil game and the Netherlands versus Argentina game, as well as the games that we're having tomorrow, Morocco versus Portugal and England versus France. The World Cup.
Also, don't forget to make your changes to your FPL team for this round of fixtures. You can make changes now and make them.
No, of course. And man, that reminds me, Gabriel Jesus injury, FPL. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, we think about that when the time comes, but it wasn't really looking like it was going to score that many goals this season. So, but it's bad for us now. So for as a selfish FPL fan, that's good. But for us now, what it does for the collective and the team, that's very bad news for us now. And this the title. It's like 3 months potentially.
Yeah,
it's very bad news.
He's just had the knee. He just had the surgery on his knee, so it'll take time for him to come back. Yeah, that's an episode. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Peace.
Thank you.